Hey guys, I decided to make another vid only because when I pulled up all the belts again, like I did on the video I made on 11.3, but back then it was only showing up to 11.1, so we got like a 2-day lag here. So now they updated it again. Remember this morning I showed you they took it up to 11.02.01. Well, now they've taken it up another, well, let's see, somewhere close to 24 hours. But here's what I want to show you. This is all the EV belts, electron volt belts from 10,000 electron volts, 20, whoops, there we go. So we get the 10, 20, I guess I don't have it exactly the way I want it, but oh well. Okay, that looks better. So 10, 20,000 electron volts, 50,000, 100,000. That's when you get some serious ionization occurring, where electrons get stripped from atoms from this high electron volts. And then we got it up to 200,000 electron volts, 425,000, a million, 2 million. So here's the point. Check this out. Now these things weren't nearly this red back on when I pulled all the charts up for you on Saturday, 11.3, on the Saturday morning gamma ray bid. And look what happened at 0300. There was a major intrusion into our inner, well, it went inside the geosynchronous orbit, 22,236 miles, and all around it too, of course, but all inside the magnetopods basically. Here's the magnetopods out here. And you can see, and I checked to see if there was some kind of an event related to, I pulled up the, this is the one I'm talking about, where I had all the bulk radiation belts up, but I pulled this one up to around a similar time to see if it had something to do with solar wind or whatever. Just disregard these. See, these are back on 11.1. That was as far as they were updating them back then. But I wanted to see if there was some type of event that we could identify that would show up on one of these magnetosphere simulations. And I can't come up with anything. So we're at 0300 on this other one. And I clicked full screen, so I can't really go there right now. So if I step it up to the 0300 and watch these solar wind numbers, it's only 571. I get as close as I can, 301, 305, that's about as close as I can get it. But as you can see, there's nothing crazy going on here. So, and this is what they looked like on Saturday, if you want to draw a comparison. Not nearly as bright, not nearly as red. So that's Saturday, and that's when they cut it off at 11.1. So there was like a 2-day lag there. Now we have it. This is on the 3rd. This is what it actually looked like on Saturday. You can see we got a lot of electrons popping in there. The reason I pulled those up was because, well, I was looking at this. This is the latest run, and it takes you up to as high There's at the 0300 on the 4 MeV. So it looked like all the electron volts that were coming in were maybe perhaps at a lower energy, because if you'll notice, this is what made me pull them up. At the 4 MeV, it seems like instead of it being blue, dark blue and blacks and even purples, and then being whited out inside this false bow shock area, just a bunch of lower energy ones maybe leaked in. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's got me puzzled because I'm not sure how you read these plus and minuses here. There's 0. Are these protons leaking in? I don't think so. This is electron volts. I don't know. I'm still researching that gamma ray ionized radiation stuff. But all I know is that 100 keV, and you can see there's a lot of it leaking in. It's causing electrons to be stripped from atoms that are out here in space, and that causes ionized radiation. And when you get up to the 3 million, 4 million MeV, 4 million electron volts, that's some super high energy, short wavelength gamma radiation, which is extremely harmful to anything that's living. So that's why I did that. And as you can see, I pull it through. This is as far as it goes. So this morning the cutoff was at 03:0100, so they give us another 21 hours and 20 minutes. So see what I'm saying? Well, we got the blacks and the purples out here. I guess we have the yellows inside. I guess we always did have the yellows inside and the light blues. So there's just more of them now. And then we got some red creeping in, which is pretty weird. I never seen any red on this 4 MeV monitor. Wish we had one that went a little higher. So anyway, that's what that looks like. And there's the 100 MeV, 100 keV. See, they got some serious, getting up into the pink range there. So we'll pull this back over here and look at this again real quick. Maybe I'll pull them all through for you. See, this is what I'm saying. So at 02, that was on the couple 3 days ago. This is when they cut the feed for a couple days. Then today we got it up to 03:01. You could see it was getting a little worse. But then they cut it again on 03:01, and now they gave us 03:01 to I'm talking 03 is 11:03, 01 to 03, 2140 on there. So that's what they're looking like. They're all running really extremely high at all the different levels. That's 100, there's 50, 20. Doesn't matter which one you look at. They're all bled out majorly. There's 200. See, 200 was pretty okay until in the middle of the day on November 2nd, around 8 a.m. UTC, November 2nd. But it got bled out. As of the last run, same with 425, 425,000 electron volts. And there's that intrusion. So the intrusion doesn't have anything to do apparently with anything that's going on as far as space weather goes. They just found a crack in our magnetosphere in the bow shock, and that's when all this stuff leaked in. And who knows, maybe it's still there, because once it gets in, it doesn't really go back out right away. I noticed that from watching Astral Travelers videos a long time ago. Too bad he went to the dark side. He's not giving us any more Planet X LEF object stuff. Low energy field, that's what he used to call it. So as far as I know, that's kind of where we stand as far as the bulk electron energy belts. So let's pull these out of the way and we can concentrate on the latest run here. So yeah, that's all the way maxed out to the end of that run. And we'll max this one out to the end of that run. Okay. So hopefully they'll give us some more beyond November 3rd, 2100 hours tomorrow. We can look at that. So here's the latest 300 frames. It's the most frames you can pull up when you download these things. And I was looking through here, which was no missing time. And some of this was in this morning's video. Not sure exactly what time that ended, but you can see the space wind, solar winds jumping up 1021. It jumped up earlier back here, which might have been on this morning's video. There's 1045 at 11. I don't think we saw anything 11, so this got to be new here. 1124. We got the 8/7s. There's another 10. 10 something. So you see it's all over the board. There's another 4 digits, 10 something, 1001. So things haven't really settled down. It's here. Solar winds pretty much leveled off. It quieted down. So normally it's out here about 10 Earth radii, which is 40,000 miles. The magnetopause bow shock. Now you can see all the stuff building up behind the Earth, and of course a lot of it's leaking in now, which means we have a lot of ionized radiation around the planet. How much is leaking through the atmosphere and getting into our biosphere? That's the question. If anyone has a clue on that, it would be nice to let us know in the comment section and provide links. Opinions without links aren't really worth anything. So you can see it's getting squared up there. That's serious high pressure usually when it's getting squared up. So that's 1405, 1105. Let's see what it looks like here. I'm past 13-minute mark, so running out of time again. So yeah, you could see everything was in flux, trying to discharge the thing. We got a bunch of arrows heading back this way, and then some more trying to go that way, and there's a bunch that are just setting up a big blockade wall, or trying to keep this pressure from making it to the planet. And here's the polar cap field lines. See how they normally stream away, but when it gets too much pressure and they need to close to garner some energy from the Earth to expel some of this plasma, that's what happens. They close up, and that's when they become red. You can still see all the field lines, IMF field lines, interplanetary magnetic field lines building up in front of the planet. And I submit they're coming from that large planet that passed ACE, the L1 Lagrange point at on October 16th. It finally passed, and then it took another week or so before it quit affecting the data relays from ACE and Discover back to the Earth. So it's in free space now, heading our way, I would imagine, because it was heading toward ACE and Discover for the longest time, at least 8 months, and then it finally passed. So anyway, I'm running out of time. I wish I had more. I'll make another vid in the morning. God bless, peace, and I'm out.